Take a seat, take a breath. Got a feed that decides life and death. Every chart is a mountain, a meme, a decree. Is this genius or mass lunacy? So, mentality, where a frog with sunglasses screams, we're early endlessly. Oh, see, bulls and bears and fantasy, every post's a prophecy. If you want to read what passes for a master plan, simply click and flick your thumb across this broken land. Want to know which way the winds of crypto might just be? Go scroll me. One says up, only friends. Next says this is how it ends. Someone's calling the top, someone's buying the dip, someone's typing a thread as their last relationship slips. Scroll with me through the fear and ecstasy, where a chart in crayon gets 1,000 hearts for free. You'll see hot take, every plea. I was right in 23. Trust the line, ignore the spreadsheet. If you want to gauge if hope or panic's in command, if they're building castles or just castles in the sand, want to test if we're all early or just fantasy? Slow with me. Is it signal? Is it noise? Are we traitors? Are we toys? Every candle, every coin is a cult you can join. Scroll with me, let the chaos be our key. Read the mood like it's a map to some great mystery. You'll see faith and doubt and harmony. I'm all into, I'm set free. In one day, in one same tweet. If you want to know if folks are brave or out of time, if they're quietly convicted or have simply lost their minds, then my friend, you found the perfect place to start this stream. So scroll with me.
A moment of silence for a moment, brother. No, I'm just kidding. Good morning, G Scroll to all who celebrate. G Scroll to Polo27, Twitter, Twitch Raider in the chat. Yeah. But G Scroll, my name is Dude Lifts. It is Wednesday, July 1st, and this is Scroll with Me. This is where you and I, it's a collective, we scroll the Twitter timeline together to better understand the vibes, to better understand what's happening in our small corner of the world. You know, some may call this monitoring the situation. I like to think that it is, There's been other shows like that, monitoring the situation live per se. But what I have to say about that is if everything is a situation to be monitored, then nothing is a situation to be monitored. Does that make sense? So we plop in, we put 30 minutes on the clock. We are like light work, and we say GM in the chat. Be like light work and say GM in the chat. But alas, let us fulfill our mission, our destiny, and begin to scroll the timeline. So, yeah, apparently Nifty Island debuted this new kind of like game builder. And I think this is the founder of On-Chain Heroes and Abstract. And he was like, what the hell? They built On-Chain Heroes World before we did, LOL. So, yeah, one of the just community members ripped that. So, oh my gosh, is this Jorge? Dude, Jorge's out here, dude. Did he rip a $2,000 pack? This is absurd. Oh, this was at the Slabs house. That's so funny. There's a lot of deep lore here. You got Uncle Eddie, you got Min, you got everybody in the chat here. All right, so we have X saying all you have to do is start posting. Agreed. Millions wondered, what is world.xyz? World is the Solana prediction market. That it is. I went to Phantom this morning to check it out, and it's not branded World, so I was a little bit like, is this World? Is it not? And hey, and I'm just gonna come out and say it. I apologize. If I'm a little bit, slower, I'm a little bit breathy, your boy hasn't had any coffee today. And he won't until this afternoon because because he can't. Because the doctor told me I have to wait. What is this? Building the WAP cinematic universe, one movie at a time. That's so funny. That's so funny. WAP is on a generational run. All right, let's see here. All right, let's see what Whale says here. He says, if you sell your tokens to the public at, let's say, hypothetical $1 billion USD valuation with a completely hypothetical 1-year lockup, do you have any fiduciary duty to ensure the price is at least that around what? Oh, I don't know what he's saying. We don't click in and we don't find out. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules. All right, PlayStation. News on physical disc for new games. Absolutely crazy work to announce the end of physical media for your latest console while simultaneously announcing the shutting down of your digital store for older consoles in the same post. Yeah, there's been a lot of conversation about this, about how kind of quote unquote Web 2 or normies are discovering how little they own in the digital space. And so, yeah, it's a pretty interesting conversation. And it sucks the reason that it's having to be had, but I'm glad that it's happening. All right, here we go here. Smart contract development in 2026. There must be a mistake. I plan on banking the unbanked and creating new institutions by and for the people. Build the next fucking perp That's so funny. So funny. Dude, let's give a little refresh. The timeline's feeling a little stale, Nikita. Feeling a little stale. Oh, dude, Brian Brinkman tagged MetaMask. You know it's serious when you tag MetaMask because uh because you know what's going to happen. It says if you found this helpful, click here to share it on X. I'm guessing that he didn't find this helpful. So, the inverted effect. Okay. AJC, always be watching those exotic RWAs, as I believe he calls them. For the 4th month in a row, now Gotcha spend hit another all-time high in June at 324 million, 34% month-over-month growth. The top 8 platforms by June: Collector Crypt 209, Courtyard, Digitals, and BZ. Great to see BZ. I love the BZ team on the charts here. But Collector Crypt kind of running away with it, which is crazy. I think if I had to venture a guess, one, besides all the efforts they're just making personally, I think they've made a big effort to create essentially a protocol that you can build on top of. I think Uncle Eddie's slabs business is just built on top of the Collector Crypt quote unquote protocol, which is that's the promise of blockchains. And the network effects are actually doubly as much in the way that, I think Collector Crypt is built on Solana. I think, so Solana is hitting all-time high in transaction volume. Collector Crypt is hitting all-time high. And then so it's by choosing to build on top of a successful protocol on a successful network, you're just doubling and doubling your network effect. So I think that's really cool. Frey in the chat saying G scroll. Be like Frey. Say G scroll. Top of the G scroll to you. Yeah, so this is cool. This is cool. Let's keep going here. World XYZ is another perfect example of how confusion campaigns work better than informational ones for new product launches. Create confusion about what your product is, let important people and projects with reach in on the secret generate speculation, or who aren't in on the secret. World followed me and I tweeted about it. They fucking got me. They knew it. Dago says that this is marketing. Dude, this is one of my favorite it's one of my top doodle shorts to date. And it's marketing for a candle, which is incredible. I think, dude, the artwork, the music, the kind of twist, the punchline, hilarious. One of my other favorite shorts. Why I don't say it is my favorite. There was a short that we did back in the day. It was I forget the exact title of it, but if you know it, you know it. Where this guy was trying to open, or I think it was Hap trying to open a pickle jar, and then it zoomed in, and inside the pickle jar was this pickle dad trying to defend his family from being in. And it was no, just hilarious, comedy. Can't believe I just said hilarious comedy. There's the lack of coffee. But this short is the same way to me. It's just got that classic Doodles punchline. I love it. And I can watch it on repeat, which is a good sign. OMC says, Happy Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to you, good sir. Let's see. Yeah. Finally wrote it down. I got into NBA Top Shot because Panini screwed me out of $10. Tell me what ownership actually means. Grateful for it now. Here's how it happened. Oh, is this was like an old school version of Panini digital cards or something pre-blockchain? I'd be very curious. Steve is a great thinker with sports collectibles. Definitely worth checking out. A colleague asked me why his tweets get 0 likes. It's very simple. You either have motion or you don't. Solana has it, World has it, I have it. If you do not have motion, sadly, it cannot be acquired by any known technique. Motion is in the DNA. I'm going to click into this. Sadly, it cannot be acquired by any known technique. Motion is in the DNA. It's coded. You are more or less born into it. Cannot be bestowed or transferred. It's more of a state of being than an action. If you have motion, you must do everything in your power to protect it, to treasure it, because you can lose it overnight and never get it back. So funny. I'm going to go ahead and like it. There you go. Proof of motion. POM. So what the fuck was I thinking? Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like that's going to become a copy pasta. That's what I was thinking. Shout out to Henry the Grape. Dude is one of the best MFers in space. He is a great guy. The mint for dumpster is coming. Only 2,222. Yeah, I picked up one of these jaunts this morning. I grabbed a bag of dumpster. So I'm excited to see what he do. I love all the on-chain experimentation stuff. The strategy tokens, the Deathster token, all of it. I can be very much kind of like an anarcho-capitalist on-chain in the way of like it should be done. That's why I like NFT finance. I mean, it's permissionless. These objects are permissionless and they should be treated as such. I believe that for the most part. I know a few exceptions to that. And so, yeah. So I think this is a similar thing. I'm like, yeah, do it. And I particularly like stuff like this because it's always like, if you experiment on chain and in public, that's visible and people can build on top of that, which I think is cool. I think it's cool. Let's keep going. Caption this. What did I see? Oh my God, horrifying. Community reactions on what the snapshot was all about. Oh my gosh, so funny. So funny. Bro bragging about making 6K. June 6K soul with 7 days off. GG. What is it? Oh, well, it's July. Never mind. Oh, Venice Raising. I didn't realize they were bootstrapped like that. I didn't realize they were bootstrapped like that. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'd be very curious if in the comments be like, what does it do for token holders? What does it do for DM stakers? What does it do for VVV? But hey, Eric Voorhees is that goat, that OG. That is insane. I saw this. I'm like, they have like party poppers or something. Like when this thing went off, it was like dust, but like everyone had the same dust. Very curious what that dust is. Let's see here. There's never been a better time to be in the CPG industry. You can now build campaigns with surgical precision. You can now A/B test literally hundreds of combinations to find exactly what gets a click, a buy, a like, a share, a minute. I mean, that's true. Oh God. Oh God. Sorry. I'm sorry I assaulted you with that long tweet. I'm sorry. We got a little interaction between Imran Khan and Alex Ohanian. I have a thesis that personal brands will become one of the most valuable assets of the next decade. 50 creators generated nearly $1 billion in annual revenue last year, including the top 5. Mr. Beast, Darman, incredible work, Darman. Steve Bartlett, Markiplier. Wait, is this Rhett and Link? Holy shit. Those motherfuckers. Dude, I was watching Good Mythical Morning back in 2016. It was actually like a part of my morning routine back in the day. Legitimately would watch Good Mythical Morning, and it was like a part of how I started my day. Incredible to see that they're crushing it, 37 million per year. And Kuya, Mark, cheese scroll to you, good sir. Yes, few realize, especially with all the dead internet GEO going on to fake organic gen pop sentiment. Damn, they're speaking languages right now. But yeah, shout out to Rhett and Link here. Incredible. Kalshi Crypto cleared 4 billion in notional volume in June. Another month, another massive growth story. Up a whopping 2 billion from the previous all-time high in May, 35% since I took up 35x. Oh. Dude, we love a good bull post. We love a good employee bull post who's just like, yeah, we're up 35x since I joined. And this is my job. Things we love to see. Things we love to see. Galileo says, what a time to be alive. Agreed. Your bill is $67. Will you be paying cash, credit card, or OpenUSD, USDT, USDC, USDE, USX, USDMT, USD, USB, Frax, BSD, FD, USD, PYUSD, Euro? Dude. Yeah. Feels like we're marching towards some kind of inevitable outcome, right? Doesn't it feel like that? Interesting. I mean, someone's got to solve for that. Truthfully, I mean, or just network effects when and one currency kind of wins out. I guess it's not as much of a problem with DeFi, but in consumer products, it's a fucking disaster. I imagine that what ultimately ends up happening, let me think about this, is that most apps just denominate in USD and they don't even tell you what stablecoin it's held under. I imagine it'll probably just be like a front end thing. But then how do you bridge in? I think the easy road that most apps will take is they'll try to get you to onboard cash from like debit or credit card in their app, as opposed to bridging in from other crypto apps. They'll probably do that under the guise that the total addressable market for stablecoin apps is outside of crypto, and so they'll do that. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We shall see. Oh, someone unboxed the Shao card. That's sick. Congrats. I need to get my hands on some Mizuki TCG. Pay close attention to the Klanos team over the coming weeks and months. Team is shipping like crazy. That's what NFT Boy says. Whoa. Remix.gg, 10,000 games on Remix, 1 million gamers on Remix. That's pretty cool. Good for them. Vercel is joining Mercedes as a multi-year strategic partner. Interesting. What are you doing? Which is the Mercedes website is now hosted on Vercel. I'm just kidding. Wait. Is this Drift protocol? Was this like the Drift protocol? Like the one that got fucking doinked? Oh, yeah. Interesting. Okay. I mean, fuck. Rebrand, way to do it, I guess. I honestly thought they were shutting down. So I guess this is a benefit. Oh, we got Voorhees commenting on VVV and Capital. Great intro. Measured by revenue, Venice has become the largest company at the intersection of AI and crypto economics. Today, we announced Venice's first round of outside capital, a $65 million Series A, led by Dragonfly, valuing Venice's equity at $1 billion. We're clicking in. Since we are an atypical company, this thread describes how this equity raise relates to the most valuable asset we have on our balance sheet, our capital token, VVV. Oh my God. My Shayla. Someone should read that. But it won't be me. All right. Dude, happy birthday, Canada. What up? Dude, let's give a little refresh. Let's give a little reef. I'm thrilled to announce Not New Enough, media's first cohort. Not new enough. What is this? Wait. Okay, that's so funny. So, like, if you didn't make the new media thing for A16Z, then you can become not new enough media. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. I love it. All right, we've got. It's too long. Everyone be writing these long ass tweets. Tired of these motherfucking steaks on my motherfucking plane. 280 characters. Do it. This show more button is like, I think it should have never been invented. Write a thread. Write a thread. And then you have to tell me it's a thread. So at least I know what I'm getting myself into. But you're at least beholden to the fact that you have to grab somebody's attention in those first 280 characters. You can't just dribble on in some, and this is not directed at backseats. And I'm sorry, it's lack of coffee. It's all coming to a head right now. Okay. But, yeah, I mean, just do. Dude, shout out to Drew Austin. I guess he was able to participate in the deal for VVV, or sorry, Ask Venice. That's awesome. Yeah, that's great. Good for them. Good for them, dude. And it be like that. And it be like that. This is how it be. That's awesome. All right, Finn says, signed a bunch of new creators to Yeet recently with more rolling out. Trying to get creative, fun, switch up what gambling content can look like. Pitch me your most fun concept and you might be next. All right, here's the concept. Reading tweets about Yeet on the timeline. I'm just saying. I mean, I won't charge you for that one, but, you know. Hey. All right, here. The lesson from the Ansem coin isn't that you should find a more creative way to beg. It's that building a personal brand in crypto will be one of the most powerful things in the next 5 to 10 years. Yeah, I guess didn't he airdrop it to a bunch of like his buddies or whatever, or maybe people on FOMO, or maybe both. So is Ansem coin the new InfoFi? We'll see. We will see. Prediction markets are now fully on chain on Solana. Dude, do we need to have the fully on-chain discussion? Do we need to have it? I'm actually very curious what that means, because they're saying that a lot, which I think it's great. I'd be curious what that actually entails. I know they're using Chainlink as an oracle, and I've had my gripes, about exterior oracles in the past and yada, yada, yada. But I think Chainlink, it's so tough. I don't want to say like, I think this is what makes this stuff so difficult. I don't want to go like, well, I think Chainlink has solidified themselves as fairly trustworthy. It's like, because the moment you say that, some shit happens. The moment you give faith to a protocol or something, some shit happens. Makes it very difficult. But let's see here. Dude, we got a minute or so on the clock. Let's give a little refresh, get a little freshy tweet for the finale here. Ooh. We got Father Hobbsy saying it's a privilege, it's life of service, and sometimes it hits pretty hard. Hug your loved ones and our friends. Absolutely. Absolutely true. Yeah, we had some fucking diabolical shit happen around my family the past couple of weeks, and absolute reminder, call your mom, call your dad, text your dad, do all the things. So very much a good reminder from Hobbsy Doodle. Very much appreciated with that. But alas, it is 8:59. It's about to be 9 a.m. I know by the time I get done yapping, it's going to be 9 a.m. So let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. This has been Scroll With Me. It is Wednesday, July 1st. We'll be back Thursday, July 2nd. And who knows? You know what I mean? We got the 4th of July. Maybe we got some family coming out of town. So we'll just roll with the punches. But regardless of the outcomes, until next time, I'll see you on the timeline.